So is anyone else not really impressed with SpaceX IPO? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. And no, this isn't going to be a video bashing SpaceX. We're going to talk about the good and the bad, what we've learned after just one trading day, if there's anything to learn from it, but also kind of diving a little bit deeper into the company fundamentally. Again, all I really ask you to do is I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, maybe you can consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. If you would like to share any of your thoughts where I could learn more about your opinion and take on SpaceX, please comment that down below. I'm always open to learning more. With that being said, very quickly, how did SpaceX perform? I did not continue to trade SpaceX after our little live session today. Again, I do trade live every morning. If you ever want to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below to tune on into those live sessions. A lot of you guys, based off of the feedback I received, really enjoyed it because of our way to be able to share our thoughts out loud and be able to do things together as a team, not taking trades together as a team, but simply kind of like work through challenges that the market might be presenting collectively, right? That's the whole point. That being said, I only made $953. I closed out my entire position and I'm not mad about it. If you look at the actual performance, this is the reality. This is why I wanted to make this entire video. If you look at all of this from the IPO, this is on the 5-minute time frame, from the actual IPO itself, it was right around 9:50 a.m. and it shot up instantly to right around 161. And then 5 minutes later, it looks like there was a range from the highs of 168 to the lows of 155, a very volatile time. And if anything, if you use the limit order, probably within the first 10 minutes, you probably got filled at the top end, right? We tested that in today's life. Later on, that issue kind of fixed itself, but within the first 30 minutes, there was some discrepancy with it. 15 minutes after it IPO'd, it hit highs of again 169 and then hit lows of 160. Began to establish its support and then it retested its resistance at 169, broke above 170, rallied to highs of 176. This is what I want to point out. I don't want to talk about the 135 IPO price because for the average retail trader, your average price is not that. And if you did get a few shares, it's only a few for realistically average. I'm not talking about the one-off scenarios, right? From 150, and that's if you got in instantly, which probably many of you didn't, right? Including myself. It was a total range of 17%. Realistically, I would say a more realistic average price was right around 5, 10, 15 minutes after. If you got a good price, it was probably right around 160. Technically speaking, that's still low. I would actually be surprised. I can reassure you that the average price is probably closer to 170. I wouldn't be surprised by that. With that being said, from the 160 average to the highs we made, 10%. Now again, 10% is huge in one day. But during a speculative and irrational time in the market with semiconductor stocks all pushing up 5, 10% every other day, markets are so irrational. Maybe it's just me. I was surprised that it didn't hit 200 or 250. Again, I'm not here to say that this company is worth or valued that. I'm just saying with how much hype everyone's been injecting into the SpaceX IPO, maybe it just needs more time because that's really could be the case. Maybe markets prop up more next week, prop up higher, and it only pushes SpaceX even higher, right? That can definitely be a possibility. But I am not very impressed by this 10% move based off of what I would assume a good average price would have been to the overall highs if you had an impeccable exit. With that being said, it literally closed at nearly 161. So even if you got a great average price from when it opened, you probably lost money or broke even on the day. Now, again, maybe your intention is different. Ricky, I'm not trying to day trade this. I'm investing into this. Best of luck to you. We have golden hour presenting itself right now. With that being said, right into the close, it began to retrace from overall highs to the overall lows that we made. It offered 10.7%. It actually offered, again, talking about best case and perfect scenarios, more downside potential than it did in upside range. Again, obviously you can't catch the perfect top with a short and you're not going to cover at the absolute bottom, but that's what I found to be very interesting. Of course, you cannot short an IPO. I wouldn't care to short it even if it was available because, of course, again, there's a lot of hype behind this company. I don't want to trade against that. I just found that to be pretty interesting with all the hype, people taking profits, pulling money out of Max 7 companies, pulling money out of AI companies that were pushing 5-10%. This is what we're super excited for. Again, I get it. It can be very early. Maybe next week it's at $200. I'm excited to trade it and to continue to trade it if direction remains bullish. But it looks like people are already beginning to poke holes in its valuation. So we will see if the SpaceX company is actually valued or can support that hype like Elon Musk has done before. There's an amazing comparison where it shows the 1.7 trillion, right? And that's at the IPO price. It's actually trading at a $2.1 trillion market cap now. With that being said, at 1.74 trillion, these are all the companies combined. Boeing, RTX, Airbus, San Fran, Honeywell, Rolls-Royce, Lockheed Martin, GE Aerospace, all of them combined are still valued less than SpaceX. SpaceX, again, if you dive a little bit deeper using InvestingPro, if you guys have never used this software, it's the first link in the description down below. It allows you to understand these companies more fundamentally. With that being said, you can scroll on down and under the Data Explorer, you can see it's a company that has a net income of negative $8.6 billion. They do have a revenue of $19 billion, but they lose $8 billion, a negative P ratio of 225 times its earnings. But again, it's a what can be, right? The growth potential, the guidance, the dream. This is presented by Elon, the Elon effect. I want to remind you that yes, fundamentally, it does look like a stretch. I agree with you, but I also would proceed with caution when trying to short companies simply based off of the idea that it's overvalued. Tesla makes no sense fundamentally to be trading at as of right now, it's trading at a $1 trillion market cap, but it nearly hit highs of 1.5, 1.7. For what? It's a company that makes $3 billion in revenue a year, and it's not even growing anymore. It's just the car company, right? But it's Elon Musk, right? They have the Optimus robot coming about, the full autonomy, and then it shows the combination of all the different auto manufacturers combined and how that would need to be added to even come close to Tesla. The Elon effect. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm never here to say, oh, don't bet against Elon. No, a ton of money has been made, if done appropriately, to short Tesla. It's just when there's a shift of sentiment, right? We saw it when it's incredibly bullish and it rallies to highs of nearly $500. But then obviously there's a change of sentiment like we saw at the end of 2024 and the start of 2025, where it crashed from highs of nearly $500 and it crashed 50%. So it's not that something changed fundamentally. There was a change of sentiment. That was the biggest difference. There was some uncertainty being injected into Tesla that later led to a 50% decline. Tesla trades at a premium because of Elon Musk, because of the dream, because of the goal. You might hate that. As again, when you look at it fundamentally, I could see why someone would just not be fond of Tesla fundamentally, but it's Elon. And he's one of the greatest minds of our generation, whether you like it or not. He's the world's now first trillionaire, and it was earned, not given. Could there be hype behind it? Of course. But there's hype behind everything as of right now. And that's the thing that you want to be reminded. Remember, markets can stay solvent longer than you can stay... Markets can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. I misspoke. With that being said, I think that SpaceX is going to be either a home run or an absolute bust. Because is space exploration and what SpaceX is doing, is it actually worth to be the 6th most valuable company that's publicly traded? That's what I'm excited really to learn more about. I'm not here to short SpaceX. Do I agree with its valuation? Of course not. fundamentally, again, it just simply doesn't make sense to me, but it doesn't need to. I am always here to learn more, and I want to learn more. I want to see how someone can make sense of a negative 225p ratio, right? Oh, but it's turning things around. Well, it looks like it's really burning through capital, especially if we do enter an uncertain time. Is space exploration or whatever SpaceX wants to do, is that really going to be top priority where money is going to be poured into? Or if we enter a recession, how will SpaceX trade? Or if we enter a bull run, how can SpaceX be supported with these already irrational valuations? Something that I want to learn more about. Again, I think it's really important to also pay attention to the history of IPO prices, right? IPO price, a lot of hype, a big pop. Once hype begins to fade, reality begins to sink in. There's normally a downturn, plateaus, and then we begin to see actually a rally begin to present itself. But again, this all happens in sometimes a number of weeks, maybe months. It's not a number of days. So SpaceX is definitely a company that I'm going to be paying close attention to, and also its counterparts. There are a series of companies that are kind of in similar infrastructure, and if SpaceX begins to thrive, companies like Rocket Lab that I've never agreed with when it came down to the valuation, can this company thrive in response as almost a proxy of SpaceX and other similar companies? That's also what I want to pay more attention to. Instead of being definite and no, SpaceX needs to succeed or needs to fail, there's nothing wrong with having some skin in the game, but two big things. Don't be leveraged just in case it turns against you. And also have a plan. Think about bull case and bear case, best case and worst case scenario. And please make sure that you're intentional with the money you put behind a potential speculative asset. Right? Nothing wrong with being invested. It's your money. You have every right to want to invest in anything that your heart desires. Just be intentional, be calculated, know how many shares you own and at what price and where you plan to sell it. Not just the, well, I hope to get lucky, or turning a day trade into a swing trade, which I think maybe some of you guys have turned into. But again, hopefully over the weekend, for some of you bag holders, just kidding, it turns out in your favor if markets do prop up, as long as things don't continue to escalate in the Middle East. So again, excited to follow up on Monday for our live session. Just wanted to share some thoughts with you guys. You guys let me know down in the comments section what you think. Were you impressed or let down by this IPO? Did it meet your expectations, or once you began to learn more about this company fundamentally, and I saw some downgrades that were actually shared by different institutions, that actually caught me by surprise. What is your take on SpaceX? Remember, there is no right or wrong, as no one can predict the future. It's just, what is your outlook on this company and why? That's what I want to learn more about from you. So again, feel free to share down below. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to either message me on Instagram. And I also do want to remind you that, again, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as Monday, that's going to be the second link in the description down below. And I hope to see you there. With that being said, don't forget, if you want to dive deeper into the companies that you're trading and investing in, that is InvestingPro. First link in the description down below. And again, I hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.